And it says in chapter 11, verse 1, it says, Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty warrior. And so Jephthah was a mighty warrior. He was a Gileadite. His father, it says his father was Gilead. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean his direct father was Gilead. It means maybe that he was a descendant of Gilead. And so Gilead was an important place. Gilead was a place where they got spices. Gilead was a place where a lot of agricultural and economical prosperity was happening. And so he's connected to this important place. He's a mighty warrior. I could imagine him looking like the guy from the Lord of the Rings. You know, Aragorn with a sword. He probably had some tattoos. He was a tough guy. He's a tough guy, a mighty warrior. He's connected to an important place. His father is Gilead. But then it says his mother was a prostitute. So he's got all this good stuff going for him. But then there's a bad mark on his life. Anybody ever been there? You got all this good stuff going for you, but then there's this bad choice that you made or something bad that happened to you. It could be something you did even way back in high school, a choice that you made to break up with this person, a choice that you made, or even a choice that somebody else made for you, a bad mark in your life, somebody who abused you, or something that happened between your parents, something that stains everything that's good about your life. I know for me, I still struggle and wrestle with the fact that my parents were separated for so long. And at an early age, I was always reaching out for somebody to be my dad. And I felt alone going to school and getting picked on and getting bullied. I didn't have anybody to reach out to. I had a good home, but I still have that stain. Even today, this very moment, I cannot do athletics very well, and I always blame my father because he wasn't there to teach me. I feel like, man, I'm not confident enough, so I'm still dealing with that issue. Anybody got issues they're still dealing with? A lot of times you can't get rid of it. You'll have it until you're 70, 80 years old. Have all this stuff going good for you, but there's still that stain. And Jephthah had to deal with this stain, and he had brothers, and they said, you know what, since you're the son of a prostitute, you don't deserve to be with us. And so they kicked him out. And he went and settled what it said. It says he settled with a group of adventurers. So he went off to this other place and he settled with this group of adventurers. And the elders said, hey, Jephthah, why don't you come and attack the Ammonites for us? Funny thing is, these are the same people that kicked him out. Said, come and attack the Ammonites and you'll be our commander. Notice they didn't say you'll be our head. They're manipulating. Go and fight for us. But they don't give them what the pay is. So Jephthah says, okay, aren't you guys the one that kicked me out? Don't you hate me? They said, well, never mind all that. If you fight for us, you'll be our head. Then they bring it up when it's convenient for them. You all know people that do that. It's kind of like, I didn't lie, I just kept it away from you. White lies, manipulative. So Jephthah says, hey, if I go do this, will I really be your head? They said, yeah, of course. Let's do this. They got him. They brought him to this place where they crowned him as the head of all those people living in that place called Gilead. Sounds like something good. It's not really that good. Everybody is motivated by their own selfishness. The elders in Gilead don't even wait for God to do something. They go and get somebody. Usually in Judges, it says God raised up somebody. But this time, they're doing it on their own. And not only that, but Jephthah doesn't care about those people. He just wants to be head. He's still acting out of that stain on his life, that insecurity, that hurt. It's what happens when you don't trust that the Father knows best. And so after this, we get into another dialogue. Jephthah's ready to do his job. And so he sends a message to the king of the Ammonites. He says, hey, look, this is our country. Why are you attacking us? I think you need to leave right now. The Ammonite king says, no, this is my land. And the Israelites took my land. It's totally a lie, totally false. Jephthah then goes and rehearses how the Israelites got the land. And then he says, this is our land that God gave to us. Why don't you take the land that your God, Chemosh, gave to you? Well, you can read that and skip over it. But Chemosh is not even his God. And so he's insulting him. And so he gives him an insult. And the Ammonite king, he responds with silence. Silence in that conversation, that situation means I declare war. So Jephthah says, okay, you want to not talk to me? Let's talk with swords. And so that's where we come to our passage that we read. Those verses. And they symbolize all the manipulation, all the selfish ambition that we've seen up to now.